Hi, welcome to today's video. My name is Janice. Today's topic is how to conduct a sensitivity analysis to show different gross profit results based on change to cost of goods sold. So what is a sensitivity analysis? Sensitivity analysis is a technique used to understand the relationship between the inputs or assumptions in a model and the resulting outputs or outcomes. It helps to identify how changes in input variables impact the overall results. Sensitivity analysis is also known as stress testing. So here we have our data, unit price, quantity sold. We will now calculate our total revenue, which is equal our unit price times our quantity sold, enter, and we would get our cost of goods sold value on our gross profit. We want to show three scenarios to show what would happen to gross profit if there is a change in cost of goods sold. So our three scenarios are our base, optimistic, and pessimistic. Our base is actually our cost of goods 40%. Our optimistic is if that 40% decreases by 10%, which would give us 30%, and our pessimistic is if cost of goods sold percentage increased by 10%. So we would go to our data ribbon. So data, go to our what if analysis, scenario manager, and here we have our scenario manager. We will click on add. We would name our first scenario, which is our base. Change in cell would be B7, and we have that there. Say OK. And then what do we want? We want our 40%, which is our base, so 0.4. Say OK. And then we would add another one, which is our optimistic. Same change in cell. OK. And this time we would put 30%, 0.3. Say OK. And then we would add our pessimistic. OK. Change to for 50%, 0.5, and OK. And now we can show. So we will now go here and click show. Well, since we have the base already, we will just go to our optimistic and show. And as we click on show, you would see it change to 30%. And we would see our gross profit is now 73.50. Our pessimistic show, and we would now have 5,250 as our gross profit. Another thing we would like to do, we would like to show a summary of this, but first of all, I'm going to name our cell. Let's click on close. And for our cost of goods sold, we are going to name this cell, so we're going to do the name box, COGS, enter. For our gross profit, we want to also name that GROSS, profit. We don't need no space when we're naming, so just place an underscore and enter, and then we'll go back to our data, what if analysis, scenario manager, and then we are going to click on summary. Where do we want our summary from to show? Our gross profit, its result cell is correct. We say OK. And we now have our scenario summary.